Is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar, How Virtual Tape Outperforms Physical Tape for IBM Backups. My name is Axe Signer, Vice President of Solutions here at Electronic Storage Corporation. We are located in Tulsa, Oklahoma, have been in business for over 30 years. We are basically a software developer with our own programming staff here in Tulsa, as well as our own customer service and technical support staff. We're an IBM registered business partner and a Microsoft certified partner. Virtual tape outperforms physical tape across essential areas from overall management to backup and recovery speeds. And this is what we're going to be discussing today in this webinar presentation. So virtual tape versus physical tape, outperformance in efficiency of your backups, reliability, speed, which gives you lower costs for your saves. So efficiency basically meaning that you have several capabilities within a virtual tape solution compared to physical tape, which provides that benefit, as well as reliability and certainly speed when saving to disk as compared to saving to physical tape. Lowering your cost means saving time from retrieving tapes, from transporting tapes to offsite storage, and things like that, which with virtual tape, you really lower the cost of using the physical tape. Integration and advanced capabilities. So going from a physical tape backup solution to a virtual tape is a simple transition, being that a solution like virtual tape emulates exactly what tape does, only you're saving to disk. So this means you're able to use your existing backup commands, such as the commands in the Go Save menu, BRMS, Robot Save. Also option 21, so you are able to perform full system restricted state saves to virtual tape. Remote management. Remote management gives you the capability of, no matter if you're working remotely or you're on premise, you have the ability to manage your backups, access your virtual tapes from anywhere. Fully automated. So it's fully automated because you're not loading and unloading tapes, unloading and loading tape libraries with the physical tapes, because everything is available. So you'll always have tapes available within a virtual tape solution that can automatically be loaded and saved to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. An advanced capability would be a multi-thread feature. So one of the main benefits that you will have with a virtual tape solution compared to physical tape is your backup speed, which shortens your backup window. So a multi-thread feature within our particular solution gives you that backup speed, the flexibility of using the multi-thread to write to multiple files during the backup to utilize more CPU, utilize more CPU threads, and ultimately really increase your backup, which we'll also discuss shortly. Unlimited tape library management. So this means that, say, if you're currently using physical tape library, you have a limit on the number of tapes that can go into the magazines of those tape libraries, whereas in a virtual tape library solution, you do not have a limit of the number of tapes that are in a virtual tape library that you can easily go in and access and restore objects, files, libraries, etc. Archive and purge. And this is even an automated process within a virtual tape solution to archive tapes that you may need to store for several years, whether they're monthly or yearly backups. And archiving those tapes, meaning that cloud could be a platform in which cloud storage could be a platform in which you archive tapes. External storage and even duping to tape or copying from virtual tape to physical tape, as well as purging backups. Unless you're using, say, BRMS, Robot Save, which automatically rotates through tapes, initializes tapes that have expired, whereas a solution that will automatically purge expired tapes for you means that you're not having to retrieve physical tapes, initialize them, and reuse them, where a virtual tape solution can do that for you automatically. So we feel the need for speed. In this chart, we show a comparison of all the way up to LTO9 at 400 megabyte per second backup speed, as compared to a VTL solution such as Vital, LaserVault Vital, at up to 850 megasecond. So you're talking about multiple terabytes per hour in backup speed, almost doubling or more than even doubling your current backup speed, even if you're using an LTO9 physical tape device. So this is going to cut your backup time in half, more uptime on the system, more options for if you want to go to a full system save. You can do those more often because your backup time is much lower. Data deduplication. So in data deduplication, what it does is it rids the redundant copies of backups. And deduplication is actually done at the block level of the data, not in terms of, individual virtual tapes, but the data itself. So any blocks that are changed, that have changed data or new data, those blocks are saved. If blocks that contain no new data or no change data, those blocks do not get saved. So this increases your compression, the amount of data you're having to store on disk. This greatly decreases those storage needs, where you're getting compression at 10-to-1, even up to 40-to-1 compression on certain types of data. So you're going to save on storage costs, and you're going to also improve protection. And protection means that replicating deduplicated backups is less data that you're having to replicate, as well as the time it takes to do replication. We also partner with several deduplication appliance providers and backup solutions such as Exagrid, Rubrik, Cohesity, as well as many others, where you can actually use those backup solutions to store your IBM I backups in your virtual tapes. And then those solutions provide several features for deduplication, replication, encryption, as well as data immutability. So really in LaserVault, what you're looking at in this diagram is two VTL servers, one at production, one at disaster recovery site, fiber channel connectivity, as well as you have an option to do SAS connectivity to the VTL solution. And then you have access, and then you have a connection to your SAN, NAS, deduplication appliance, backup appliance, in which you can use and leverage existing storage of your virtual tapes. Restore and recovery. So restores are much faster than tape. Really much, and extremely, and compared to, say, a tape that is off-site, if you're having to retrieve a tape that is off-site at a storage facility or wherever you happen to keep copies of your tapes off-site, you're going to have all those tapes can be available online to recover. So you'll be able to instantly get data from a tape because it is online within the VTL. It is part of the inventory, and it's available for you at any time to do a recovery or restore. This is also a reliable solution compared to physical tape. You're going to be able to rule out any human error in dealing with tapes, such as mislabeling tapes, lost tapes, damaged tapes. So you're mitigating the risk of data loss with a virtual tape solution. Replication for disaster recovery. This also falls into having redundant copies of your backups, where when using physical tape, you have a single copy of your backup. Whereas in a VTL solution, you're saving to disk, you can easily replicate and have redundant copies. Replicate to cloud storage, replicate to DR site, external disk, even replicating to tape. So always 2 copies, better than 1. So let's take a look at our VTL solution called LaserVault Vital through a quick demo here. So this is the Vital web interface. Can easily log in with my username and password for secured access. I'm going to go ahead and go to configuring a virtual tape library with manage library settings. So let's edit library 1. Simply put in the name for this library. This could match your system name, your LPAR name that it's going to be used on, and that corresponds to library 1 over here to the left, which I'll show you in a minute. Library path are where your virtual tapes are located and where the backups are written. In this example, there is Vital on a server in our data center in which it has a volume of disk on that server, and that's where the backups and the virtual tapes are stored. Instead, this could be accessing network attached storage, deduplication, backup appliance such as Exagrid, Cohesity, Rubrik, just to give you some examples. And those are business partners of ours, so that you could leverage that storage for your backups and have LaserVault write directly to that storage, as well as when you do perform a restore, you're basically LaserVault is a gateway to that storage. And then you wouldn't require or need storage on a server that LaserVault Vital is installed. Export path, this is actually pointing to a cloud storage path. Export path simply means that you can archive, move tapes, virtual tapes, to external storage, DR site, cloud storage, so that maybe those are tapes that you need to store for a certain amount of time, such as 7 years, things like that. We emulate Ultrium 2, 3, 5, and 8. None of these have a storage limit, so if your backup, a full backup is 20 terabytes, it will all fit on any one of those LTO versions. Likely most of you would use 5 or 8 as an option, and there's also no difference in speed between any of these LTO options. So your full backup will always can always reside just on one virtual tape. If you're currently spanning 2 tapes for a full backup today using physical tape, you wouldn't have to do that with virtual tape. Storage slots. So this is how many tapes I can create in this virtual tape library, which is set to 48. That can go over 16,000 storage slots. We do have customers that keep every backup, so that's extremely beneficial to be able to increase the number of storage slots if you need to add more virtual tapes to for saves. So it's really a virtually unlimited number of storage slots, whereas in a physical tape library, you are limited or end up purchasing a new tape library if you need more tape, if you want to have more tapes available in your rotation on a physical tape library. But with virtual, no problem. Increase the number, add more tapes, you're good to go. We talked about earlier multi-thread. That's our data block file count. It's currently set to 8. So as you're saving to a single virtual tape within the tape library, it's set to 8, so we're writing to 8 files at the same time. So this is one of the features that we have in our solution for multi-thread, which helps get you to that 850 megabyte per second backup speed. And that number goes anywhere from 8 all the way up to 32. And the sweet spot is between 8 and 16 typically. Cache settings. We have these cache settings also for backup and restore speed. and those numbers range from 8 to 64 meg. And so for write caching and read caching, that would be for saves and restores. And so you can you can set these to provide you with the fastest backup speed, and the sweet spot for these as well is between 8 and 16 megabytes. Now, LaserVault comes standard with data compression, which you see the box is checked. That averages 4:1. Checking that box is inline compression. You will not see any kind of speed difference between backing up, between compressing after backup or compressing during backup, which is good. Again, that average is 4:1. We talked about deduplication, and LaserVault does have a deduplication feature. And this can reduce your data 10:1, even all the way up to 40:1 compression ratio. And this, again, is block level data deduplication. So only blocks that have changed and new data are saved. Blocks that do not have new or changed data do not get saved because they've already been saved. Also, replication and retention. So we've talked a bit about replication, retention of your backups. So this is where you can define the replication, where you want to make copies of your backups. So this would be disk to disk replication, disk to disaster recovery site, so on-prem to DR site, on-prem to cloud storage, or both, on-prem cloud storage, on-prem, and also DR site. Even 3 copies of your backups can be obtained if you want to set that up with the replication capability. Once the replication is set, then it is a completely automated process that just is set up in the task scheduler to automatically run. So taking a look at some of these parameters for replication and retention. Replication properties, email notifications, which volumes that you're going to apply this replication and retention job for, which volumes. Replicate all volumes or most recent volumes. Path in which you're replicating. If you're setting up any of these cloud accounts that you want to replicate to, select those, and then it automatically brings up parameters for your cloud storage account properties. So Amazon S3, Azure, Wasabi, those are already set here for parameters for your cloud storage account properties. So network path, meaning I'm using this path, which could be a disaster recovery site, storage, a second. Oh yes, and I'm getting a question about encryption. I'll go back to that in just a second. Thank you for asking that. So we have replication set, retention. You can enable local retention based on age, number of volumes, and you can also enable remote retention. So if your second copy that you're replicating is set to a different retention, just place that in here based on the on-prem copy. Now, if you're using Robot, Save, BRMS, those retentions are really handled through your media policies, whereas expired tapes through BRMS maintenance, for example, are automatically initialized, and then they're going to end up being reused. So you wouldn't necessarily have to set local or remote retention. So Microsoft Azure, or I'm sorry, Amazon S3, where I have my access keys, security key access, bucket name, region selected in which to save, which to replicate to for an Amazon S3 account. Yes, encryption. So encryption checked here. Now, if your SAN or NAS storage deduplication backup appliance performs encryption, deduplication, you would not have any of these boxes checked. You would go ahead and use what you're saving to, those features, encryption, deduplication, compression, on your SAN NAS external storage. LaserVault comes with encryption automatically. is included with the license. Check the box, encryption key here. So it is included with the Vital license fee. Deduplication is an additional license that you can add on at any time. So with the base license, compression as well as encryption, AES 256 encryption, and that would be encryption during the backup, during the write of the data, and replication will the encryption will apply to the replication of the virtual tape to cloud storage, external storage, disaster recovery site. Okay, so let's take a look at library 1. Oh, in terms of your replication, if you're using LaserVault to perform replication within the parameters and settings that you have created for your replication jobs, you will see those in a list here. So you can easily audit your replication jobs. Email notifications will tell you when a replication job is started. If there happen to be an error with the replications, such as a network drop or something like that, and then you'll get an email notification when the backup job is completed. But here you can get an easily auditable list or an audited list of your replication jobs. And no performance difference. No performance difference when you're running encryption. So here we are in library 1. Again, we have path, export path, important information that you can see here quickly, such as storage space, library size, logical, compression ratios, things like that. And so this is your tape library. We have one tape device defined. LaserVault Vital supports NPIV via fiber channel connectivity, 8, 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig fiber channel. So for each physical fiber channel port you have connected to LaserVault Vital, you can configure up to 64 devices. That could be 64 tape libraries with a tape device each. That could be a tape library with 64 tape devices. So it's however you want to create that environment where you have devices on partitions, libraries on partitions, a library that the partitions share a number of drives that you have defined. But again, 64 devices per fiber channel port that's connected on LaserVault Vital. If you do have multiple drives, they will be listed here. Here are all your tapes. Simply click the Create Tape button, put in a prefix. So again, with this, you have 6 characters, just like physical tape. So you can do 1, 2, or 3 characters for your prefix. Create those tapes. You can say create multiple tapes. Go ahead and initialize, which is the same as an INZ tape. And then, for example, if you're using BRMS, simply add those into BRMS with a media class, and then set those new tapes up to start saving to. And you can also establish if you do want to limit the capacity of your virtual tapes, you can put that number in there based on gigabytes. 0 means that the virtual tape is unlimited and you can write as much data as you want or need. So you say here's the number of tapes that you need to create, and those are ready to go and initialized. You have move tape, so you can manually move a tape into a drive. Say it's a full system tape and you need to do an IPL demode IPL with that full system tape. You can move it right into the drive. These are all features that I have access to, being as I'm logged in as an administrator and part of the administrator group within the security settings. So I have the ability to move a tape, delete a tape, export it to the export path, protect and unprotect. Protect and unprotect can also be done. Protect and unprotect can also be done automatically from the IBM side. And also you can click on labels. I'll go to a tape that has data, and labels show you the libraries that are in that virtual tape as well as their sequence and size. Okay. So just to recap, we have the superhero of backup and recovery, which that means faster backups, flexibility in terms of creating multiple copies, disaster recovery, ease of use, centralized management, reduce risks to data, save on storage costs with things like compression, deduplication, boost your data recovery by having all of your critical tapes, critical backups available online at any time to perform a restore, and streamlining your operations. We have additional resources you can download in the GoToMeeting panel: testimonials, sizing questionnaire. The sizing questionnaire can tell us a number of things in which what you would need in terms of storage of your backups, fiber channel or SAS connectivity to Vital, external storage requirements if you're going to use SAN or NAS or deduplication appliance, and a couple of videos. If you'd like to see an online custom demo, I know we've got a couple more questions here that I'm going to go ahead and answer here in a minute. But you can also schedule a demo with us. Email at info@laservault.com. Receive a $50 Amazon gift card once the demo is completed if you'd like to receive that. And we can discuss your backup requirements, encryption requirements, data immutability requirements that you would have with your backups. Can be discussed, and we can go over sizing, license fees, things like that to completely customize a backup solution. This solution does not require specific hardware. So it is not an appliance-based solution. It is a software-based VTL solution. And what we can do is even provide you just software licensing fees and provide you with server hardware requirements, including VM. This VTL solution can also run in a VM environment, although you do need a PCIe slot in the host server for fiber channel HBA or SAS HBA for the IBM I connectivity. Because we emulate tape, we connect the same way as a physical tape device does, SAS or fiber channel. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for their time. I'm going to go ahead and answer some of these questions here online for you. Just so you know, we have a drawing for earbuds after this webinar, and winner will be contacted via email. There's our contact information, info@laservault.com, our 800 number. Again, my name is Ax, A-X, Signer, S-Y-N-A-R. I do receive those emails and can return your emails quickly. Yeah, noticing LaserVault as a complete software for backup that can substitute BRMS for managing medias. No, not. It really integrates with BRMS, being that it's a virtual tape library, emulates exactly what a physical tape library does in terms of loading and unloading and rotating through tapes with BRMS. I mean, you can certainly use any of the Go backup commands. IBM I is, does their backups, with the Go backup commands, basically, if you don't have BRMS, robot save, or the Go save commands. You can use those whether you're using LaserVault as a tape device or a virtual tape library. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and post. We'll be posting this webinar on YouTube, sending out a link for you all to view. That will be done today. Yeah, so LaserVault is outside the IBM server. Absolutely, it's outside. It is. Think of it as another tape device, external tape device, connected to your system, providing a virtual tape library, or a tape library. So on the IBM side, it doesn't know it's saving to disk. It doesn't know it's not saving to physical tape, because that's exactly what LaserVault is designed to implement or emulate. I'm sorry. Okay, so it looks like we've gone through some of the questions here. Feel free to contact us at any time. We can schedule a demo with you, go over your requirements. And we do have another question.
Ask away.
Oops. Yes, you want to, yes, you'll need to determine storage space for backups, whether that's, say, Vital is running on a physical server, then yeah, you'd want to determine, we can help you determine the amount of storage space you'd need for your backups on disk, whether you're using compression or deduplication. We can help you with that, get that determination of how much space you need for storing your backups, and also for the retentions that you need to store your dailies, weeklies, monthlies, yearly backups. There's no software that needs to be loaded onto the IBM I. Use your existing backup commands and go save, go backup, BRMS, robot save. Okay, looks like we're good on the questions. So feel free to give us a contact. I want to thank everybody. Yes, you will see it as a tape. Exactly. In fact, since you're still online, I will show you. So this is my LaserVault Vital virtual tape device. And there's the tape library, tape device. So this is one worldwide port name. Again, you can have 64 per physical fiber channel port. And then if you simply do, I believe it is 13. Well, I'm blank on the, 9. So work with volumes. Once you add in the volumes, there'll be start insert status. So if you are using BRMS, you'd simply go in and add those in to the BRMS inventory. And anytime you add new tapes, of course, this list is automatically going to show those new tapes that you've added in the virtual tape library. Yes, yeah, there will be. Yes, there will be. Yeah, there'll be other tape drives. If you created more virtual port names. So if you have one virtual port name, then you would, with control path yes, you get a tape library and a tape device. You can use this to back up other platforms, but it is going to be emulating tape on those other platforms. If you're looking for a backup solution for other platforms besides IBM I, you can certainly look at our technology partners. They're on our website at laservault.com. And this will give you more information on backup solutions that handle platforms and that we connect to through IBM I, through Vital, to that storage, to that backup solution. So that, such as Exagrid, Cohesity, there's so many of them out there that we can connect to through the network to let you utilize that backup solution. Yes, you can, and you can do parallel saves. Yes. Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for their time today and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.